We start with the story of John Blanke because he kind of legitimizes this 500 years. You can't say we're going to curate a history of 500 years, but where's the starting point? And John Blanke is the starting point. So what's really interesting about the story of John Blanke, like much of the histories around the 16th, 17th, 18th century, is that we're dealing with a lot of fragments. So there's not really a lot of material that can account for the breadth and the depth of African presence during this period. But we have these little small glimpses, and John Blanke is one of those small glimpses. So he is the earliest documented recording of a musician of African heritage in Britain. And then we see him again in other glimpses where he's like complaining about getting higher pay, etc. And those are the only things that we know about John Blanke. I think he represents such an important starting point for many reasons, not only because it kind of takes the story of Black British music from that post-Windrush era, but also because it's 1511 where we are dealing with. And this is really at a critical point before the transatlantic trafficking. So when we think about the first slave ship to leave Africa is like 1562 maybe, So this was prior to that rupture. And I think that's a very important thing to sit with in terms of like the interfacing of like Black people, African people's arrival, their role, their position within the space of Britain.